Okay, so today we are going to talk about inverse operations, which is going to lead us into talking about how to solve one-step equations. So I just wanted to start by just thinking of some opposite words, basically, just to kind of get our brains going in the right direction. So, because opposite is another word for inverse. So for this first word, I had up. I thought the opposite of up would be down. That is the opposite of up. The next word I had was left, like if you were to turn left. So instead of turning left, the opposite of turning left would be to turn right. Or close, to close something, the opposite of something being closed or to close something is to open something or for something to be open. And then if something were really loud, the opposite of that thing being really loud, or the inverse of it, would be something that was quiet. For something to be on, for a light to be on, for example, the opposite of that light being on would be turning the light off. And then when we think about some of our math words, the opposite of addition, so the opposite of adding something would be taking away something or subtracting something. And then when we have multiply, when we're multiplying something, making it bigger quickly, the opposite of that would be to divide it or to split it into groups. So when we have all these opposites, all these pairs of opposites, the main thing that I want you guys to realize is that addition and subtraction and multiplying and dividing, these opposites are special because they're math opposites. So they are inverse operations because addition is the inverse operation of subtraction and dividing is the inverse operation of multiplying. So for example, when we're looking at equations, if you were to see in an equation, for example, if you had x plus 9 equals 4, the opposite of this plus 9, because plus 9 is what's happening to x, is minus 9 or subtract 9. In the next equation, we have x minus 4 equals 12. So the opposite of this x minus 4, instead, we do plus 4 or add 4. And then here, remember we have our number and our variable or a letter right next to each other. The operation that's happening is multiplication. So instead of multiply by 5 here, we have to divide by 5. And for the last one, we have x divided by 3. Remember, division is really commonly shown as a fraction. So instead of x divided by 3, the opposite of that would be multiply. Multiply by 3. So that's kind of our main inverse operations happening just as words and also within equations. So if we want to kind of look at these examples and kind of solve them a little bit more, so if we look at this screen, same equation, right? We have x plus 9 equals 4. So to do that opposite of subtracting 9, what we have to do is we have to do minus 9 on the left side of our equation and minus 9 on the right side of our equation. Because whatever you do on the left side, you have to do on the right side. You gotta do the same thing on both sides. When we have a plus 9 and we take away 9, those things cancel out because they're opposites. So we say goodbye because they're opposites. So all we have left on this side of our equation, all we have left is the x, and that is equal to 4 minus 9, which if we plug into our calculator, we get negative 5. So in this case, our answer is negative 5. I will continue the other examples on the next video.